So in this video, I'm just going to sort of introduce organelles, and then I'm going to have other videos that talk specifically about other organelles. But things you need to remember when talking about organelles. All cells, no matter if they're prokaryotic or eukaryotic, have cell membranes and DNA. So if you're ever asked to list things, or if you have to compare and contrast prokaryotes and eukaryotes, or even plants and animals, all cells have cell membranes and all cells have DNA. Prokaryotic cells and eukaryotic cells ultimately do many of the same functions. All of them have to sort of consume some sort of food to make energy in some way. All of them create waste. All of them have DNA that they need to somehow process and read to make their genes, and that's sort of a basic way to talk about that, but we're going to talk more about that when we get to DNA functions and things. They do a lot of those same basic functions. It's just that prokaryotes don't separate those functions into organelle locations, whereas eukaryotes will. Let's think about some of the jobs a cell does. Cells will do many different jobs, and eukaryotes designate separated spaces, which will be membrane-bound organelles, okay? Meaning little organs, organelle, to do those jobs, okay? So they have separate spaces for those jobs. It somewhat makes them a little bit more efficient. And for our purposes, we're going to talk about the differences between animal cells, and plant cells in terms of their organelles. We're not going to talk that much about fungi or protists, okay? And cells in animals and plants obviously do different things because they're different organisms and they have different needs. And we're going to talk about all the different jobs a cell does, and each of my videos are going to talk about the organelles associated with each of these jobs. So I'm going to categorize them by jobs that they do. We're going to talk about jobs associated with cell organization, storage, cleanup, and support, building of proteins, the capture and release of energy, and cell boundaries.